Hey everybody, I am just checking in. I am feeling a whole lot better, and my rash is starting to get a little bit better. As you can see, it's not as itchy anymore. So 2 weeks off did a world of good. Now I have to prepare myself for the hard stuff. So I have been using for my chemo rash. For those of you that are starting chemotherapy, I have a friend who makes soap, and she made me, her name is Shelly from No Madness Life. She has a channel on YouTube, but she's so kind, so nice, and she's so talented. But she made me special milk and honey, oatmeal milk and honey soap. So I shower with this. She uses all natural ingredients. There are no preservatives. There's no chemicals in this. This is all natural soap. So it's oatmeal, milk and honey, homemade soap. She used to sell a lot of soap, but she does have a Etsy channel. It's No Madness Boutique. Go check her channel out and her Etsy store. But it is so good. It just coats your skin and leaves like a very soft, it makes your skin feel soft and less itchy. So that's what I've been doing, is using her soap that she made for me. And after I get out of the shower, then I put this on everywhere. And it's not the cream. Don't use the cream, because the cream won't help. It's the, let me show you. See, it is actually the ointment. So you don't want to use the cream. You want to use the ointment. That will help you with the itching and the rash. Also, I've been taking Benadryl. And to cope with that, I've been switching off and on from Erlanger and Claritin. These are the two I've been switching off and on. And it does help. I will tell you, it does help a lot. I will tell you, I felt like just ripping my skin off. That's how bad it was. It was horrible. And as you can tell, my sores are almost gone from my mouth. I don't have any more mouth sores. So we're doing good on that part for sure. So the 2 weeks did do me a world of good. It did. I really needed it. My doctor seen that I was struggling and told you I laid it at God's feet. I was prepared to do the treatment, start the Red Devil last week, but it wasn't in the cards for me. And actually, to be honest with you, I was talking to Daisy, and she was asking me to ask the doctor to get it another week. So I didn't even have to ask. My blood levels were really super low. And he just said that my body wasn't ready. I have to give it a little more time to heal. So we gave it a little more time to heal, and I don't think there's no get out of card free jail card this week. I think this week we are going to go for it, and I can do it. 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 So next week we have to prepare ourselves. Actually, it's going to be Wednesday, unless the only way I'm going to be getting out of it is if my blood levels are not high enough. Now, the regimen on that is, when they do the Red Devil, they can't just put it in an IV drip. The nurse has to stay there and put it in slowly, a little bit at a time. It takes about 15 or 20 minutes. It can't be put on a drip. I think the reason why, the way I understand it, is because if there is a leak in my port or in the IV or anything like that, it could be dangerous. It could be very dangerous for me, for it to leak inside of my body. So the nurse has to be there the whole time it is being, the whole time that it's being put into the port. So they have to do it a little bit at a time. So, I mean, that does not make me feel too good. That makes me feel a little nervous. I got a hair that's wild. It makes me feel a little bit nervous because what if there's a leak? I mean, what do they do? I have to ask these questions when I get there. So, I will do my best to show you the process on how they administer the Red Devil. I'm not quite sure how they do it either. I just know that a nurse has to do it manually. It can't be put in an IV drip. They have to supervise it as it goes in. So, oh, it's a nerve-wracking, but we're gonna make it through. We're gonna make it through. But I am feeling a lot better and a little nervous about this next round. Oh, and another thing I forgot to tell you is that I have to have it's like a little pod that is inserted in the back of my arm or into my stomach that administers every 24 hours a booster, a white blood cell booster, because this next round of chemo affects the white blood cells and the red blood cells even more than the first group of chemotherapy treatment that I had. And so we're just gonna have to make it through. The boosters will go in by themselves, the booster shots, so I don't have to leave my house to get the booster shots. So that'll be a big help. So the only thing I really need to do, they're cutting our grass outside. Oh my gosh. The only thing I'll really need to do is just go to the hospital to get the chemo administered, and then that's it. So it's really going to affect my immune system this round. I get it every other week. So that means I get a round, then I rest a week. Then I get another round, and I rest a week. So they're giving me, us, rests in between, like a week rest each time. So, and if my body struggles with having only 1 week in between the rest, then he said, then we'll do 2 weeks in between the rest. So it's going to be a very slow process, and it needs to be successful. It needs to kill the cancer cells before I can get my surgery. I don't want to have to go through this again. It's horrible. I don't want to have to go through this again. So we are going to make sure that this counts. Everything that we do counts. So we're going to give it all that we have, and we're going to have a good attitude about it, and we are going to lay it at God's feet. We are laying it at God's feet. That's all we can do. And that's all anybody can really do, is just go in with a good attitude, hope that it does what it's supposed to do, and that's it. My eyesight is starting to come back now that I've had 2 weeks of rest. It used to be really smoky everywhere, and actually now it's not really smoky anymore. So the chemo was affecting also not only the chemo rash and the blisters and the high fever and my eyesight and nauseousness. I've actually been able to eat, but my eyesight is starting to get a little bit better. But we're going to have to go through it again. And that's just the way it goes. You know, you can't have a rest forever. You have to keep a moving. So what do you do? But I appreciate you all your all's prayers. I appreciate your love, your encouragement, your support. Those of you that contact me every day and send me just a little, I hope you're feeling well, or I'm thinking of you, or I appreciate all the cards, all the care packages, all the care cards, everything. You guys are amazing. We have amazing community here on YouTube, and you know, you guys are my family, and I appreciate all the support and all the love. It just means everything to me. It keeps me going. It keeps me pushing. And I hope that this documentary helps somebody sometime. You know, I hope that it helps the families that, you know, sometimes when you're going through chemo, you don't feel like talking about it or saying what you're going through because you don't want to burden your family. So you keep it to yourself. So I feel like, you know, I'm helping other families to know what the chemo patient is going through and how it's administered and all the effort that is put into it and all the good, bad, and the ugly. It's a lot. It is. It's a lot. And that's why it's important to have support. So, I mean, I hope this documentary helps someone or helps someone's family. And please, 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 if you have not gotten your mammogram, please get your mammogram. Please set up an appointment to get your mammogram. You don't want to be like me. You don't want to have to go through all this. Trust me, you don't. You don't. You don't want to wait. If you have not had a mammogram in a while, make that appointment. It's quick and easy, and rather be safe than sorry, because you don't want to end up in my shoes. I promise you, you don't. Also, this next round is going to probably make me really sick, like throw up sick. So I've been putting on a little bit of weight so that this next round I can afford to lose some weight. So I'm trying to play a very safe, very, very safe plan, and we can do it. We can do this. We can do it. So anyways, I have been talking now for almost 13 minutes. All right. I love you all so much. Thank you all for everything that you do. And I will see you next time. Love you.